Hello, happy stampers. This is Kate with Kate's Paper Creations. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Washington State, and I welcome you to my weekly current catalog video and blog where I feature products from the current Stampin' Up! Catalogs. This particular time I am using products from both the annual and the new mini that's out from now until the 1st of January, I believe. And this set here, Gorgeous Leaves, is the set I'm going to be using. And I'm also going to be using this set called Daisy Lane. It's for just the sentiments, the two sentiments here. So let's get started and I'll show you what I did. I played around quite a bit with this. I had a card sketch I was working from, and I played around quite a bit, and I had a whole passel of things that went into file 13 until I came up with this one. And I tried doing one where it was anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Here's what we did today. Standard A2 base card from Basic White Thick. The matte layer is from Early Espresso. It is 4 by 5 1/4, and it's going to get attached flat with Stampin' Seal. This is actually a very easy card. Oh, my hand hurts. I injured my hand. This is October already. Hard to believe, isn't it? I think it's I make my videos ahead and then schedule them to go up, and so I don't always remember when they're going to go up, but I believe this is like October 8th or something. So it's October already. We're well into fall. You know, we've got our official fall months, and that's September, October, November, and then those are supposed to be fall. And then December, January, February is considered winter, and March, April, May is spring, and June, July, August is summer. And so it is officially right in the middle of fall. And so I'm still making some fall cards as well as Christmas cards, because we have to start thinking ahead more. And so, but today is the fall theme. So now we'll set that aside. And this is a piece of Basic White regular cardstock. It is cut the full size of a card front, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'll explain why. Let me get a piece of scratch paper here. I'm going to need that. We're going to just color this, and I am using, for colors today, I am using Crushed Curry and Pumpkin Pie for the basic overall color. So let's get those and see if I can get these open. I hurt my wrist in late August, and that's the time I'm making this particular video, is in August, and it's really hard for me to, it's really weak and it hurts a lot. And so I'm trying to do things single-handedly. It's a little bit of a challenge. Okay, that must be the yellow. Let's see if this one's cleaned up enough. It'll work for that one. Okay, so here's the crushed curry, and I did the crushed curry first. And as I usually do, I start off the page and then come on. I'm not really worried about swirls or perfection here. I just want to have a colored background. And so, and how dark or light you want it is truly just a matter of choice. That's enough of that color for now. Now I'm going to come in with the pumpkin pie and add some orangey to it, just to get some more of that fall flavor in here. And for this particular type of background, I'm not worried about whether swirls show or not. It just adds to the interest, I think. And that's totally up to you. You may have your own little technique that you do. But I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it just like that. So yeah, we'll close these. We won't need them again. Just checking my notes here to make sure I'm not going to have to open these again. And now I'm going to bring in Cajun Craze. It does help when I can just pinch that back side. And then this is the leaf, the maple leaf from that Gorgeous Leaves stamp set. And we're stamping it with the Cajun Craze. And I'm just making sure it's inked well. There we go. And random, just putting some on here. We are going to be tearing the edges, and so you might want to come in just a little ways from the edges. But then it's also good to stamp off like that. So going off of the edge is okay. Now I'm going to bring in this particular stamp, and it's the one that has the 3 little leaves, and I'm going to put a few of those around just for a little bit more interest. And all these colors just look so gorgeous together. It's just a perfect combination of color. And you don't need a bunch of this, just a little bit here and there. Maybe stamp some kind of off the edge here. I think that's enough. Okay. And then we're going to be using a piece of the In Color 2021 through 2023 In Colors. This is the Pale Papaya Shimmer Vellum. It's gorgeous. I don't know if you can appreciate the shimmer here, but it's really, really pretty. I'm going to be using that as well, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that now while I've got this open. I'm using Early Espresso for the sentiment. I took those 2 words, smile friend, and I just put them both on one block like that, already all situated and ready to go. And we will stamp them right in the centers where I'm going to stamp this sentiment. Just like that, shows up beautifully. Then I'm going to take this same stamp and the Cajun Craze, and I'm going to add a few of these to this. Just like that. Be really careful with this little stamp. It gets gunky around the edges really fast, and so if you rock your stamp at all, you're going to end up with edges. You've got to be really careful, and I'm trying not to do that, so you can see. And that's enough on that. It's just enough, just a little bit to be of an accent for it. Okay, so we'll set that aside. It will dry fairly quickly. So now this piece is ready, and I want to tear it. And you can see here I tore the sides until it fit onto the black mat, or the brown mat. Now I cut it full size so that I'd have enough to be able to grip the edges and tear a little bit easier. If you try to go too exacting, it becomes hard to have anything to hold on to when you're tearing. Now, I wanted the white to show, and when you want the white to show, you tear towards yourself. If you don't want white to show, you're going to typically tear away from you, okay? So we're going to tear towards ourselves and just work our way down one side like this. And the idea is to have it be uneven, so you're not trying to do it perfect or anything like that. And so we do that. I'm going to do down this side, and then we'll do down the short side. This would probably be a whole lot easier if my hand worked better, but that's the way it goes. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my card front because I want to judge how much more I need to tear off. I've got room to tear off at least another quarter of an inch or so off of the other 2 sides. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't want to tear off too much because I don't want too much to the brown to show, but I need to tear off enough. And I don't want to try and go back and tear some little tiny strip off. So it looks like I'm doing pretty good there. See, I've got just a little bit of a gap. And that's what I want, so that that brown can add the accent to what we're doing here, to the whole final look. So there's that. So then that's laying down there pretty good. Now I still need to do the bottom, and again, probably about a 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch getting torn off there. We used to do paper tearing when I first started out. I've been doing stamping for over 25 years, and when we first started out, paper tearing was really the thing to do for a while, and then it kind of lost its pizzazz. See, it's a little bit long. I'm going to try and tear off just a little bit more. I'm going to go back and do it again. And it's still doable, so this should help. And so anyway, techniques, they come and go, and we forget to go back and use them sometimes. I haven't done this in a very long time, paper tearing. There, that's much better. See how it fits so much nicer? That's just really awesome. I like that. Okay, then I just attached this flat with Stampin' Seal as well. This is actually a very simple card. Like I said, it's just not difficult to make at all, and yet it's quite striking. Okay, and then this we will add, and I think you can add it with just regular Stampin' Seal. Let's try it. On this card, I have in my little pocket here, I don't have it handy, there is a Tombow makes an adhesive that is called Vellum adhesive, and so it's supposed to not show up as bad on the back of regular Vellum. But this Vellum has a little bit more weight to it, and because of the color in it, typically the adhesives don't show anyway. So let's experiment. Let's see if this Stampin' Seal will not show when we get done. And I'm going to do it all the way around. Oh, come on. There we go. And so yeah, it's just going on flat as well. And then I decided not to go straight. I wanted something a little more interesting. So you can go either way. Let's go this way on this one. And just stick it right there like that. And you know what? That adhesive does not show. So there you go. Now you know you can use your Stampin' Seal adhesive on the back of that Shimmer Vellum to attach it to things, and it will not show. How awesome is that? Now it might be different if you put it on a white background, but on this colored background it didn't show. I loved that the Vellum let the leaves from behind kind of shine through, and then these on the front of this gave it a little more depth. It was just a really fun and easy card. Then on the inside, if you're of a mind to, I don't know if I did it, you can take these little leaves here, this little leaf thing, and just to add some interest to the inside of your card, you could go down the side like this. And I'm just turning it around each time so that it gets a little bit different view. Just like that. And then that gives it just a little bit of interest on the inside of the card. So when they open it up, you've got some pretty in there as well. Okay, you could actually do your envelopes too. I always forget to do this. Let me grab one since we've got a little time here. This has been a short video. And you know, you could very easily enjoy doing the envelope flap so that it's pretty when it comes in the mail, right? And so let's do this. This will be fun. I'm going to put this here to keep from getting ink where I don't want it. It's just a sticky note, one of those large sticky notes. And We'll get it lined up here and use it to stick things down. And we'll bring in those colors and we'll do the whole envelope. That'll be kind of fun. You know, you don't always have to have a perfectly fitting stamp or whatever. You can, that's the yellow. You can just ink your envelope flaps. Like that. Then you could bring in that leaf. And bring in some of the little ones. And then your envelope matches your card. What fun is that? Okay. So yeah, since I forget to do envelopes, I'll just remind you that it's not that hard to add a little bit of design, and there's the envelope then that will go, and it worked perfect. Put that little sticky note there to hold it in place. And so there is today's project. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment. I love to hear from my viewers, and if you aren't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and join me. I do 3 videos a week. One where I case something from the catalog, one that's an original like this one that just uses current product, and one that is the hashtag simple stamping. I force myself to do some simple stamping, which I usually have to force myself to do because I have a tendency to want to add lots of things to my cards. Anyway, so just to show you that you can make a beautiful card with very simple stuff. Anyway, thanks for stopping by.